Let's go. We're so excited to rock with you today and talk about what it truly means to move like an athlete in your golf swing.
Let's go.
Jackson Wary. What
Mr.
up,
Riley?
G-Unit?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. We get to talk a little golf today, which makes me super duper happy. And I think what's interesting always, right? This is like some of at least my beef. Maybe I won't speak for you on golf instruction. You tell me what you think. But there's all these like isms, you know, like, hey man, your golf swing looks really good. Just make me a golf swing in rhythm now. Show me good rhythm. Right? And you're like, well, what does that mean? It's almost like, okay, well, you know, oh, your forward swing looks nice. Just show me a good backswing.
What's the freaking tempo to that?
Just do
what are
it.
the pros to? Yeah.
Exactly. So what we're going to speak to today is another one of our beefs with golf instruction. We love golf instruction. So much. Don't take that necessarily the wrong way, but it's easy for us as coaches to just like drip out these like ideas, but there's not really a map to go with it. So it's like, well, it's up for interpretation. So we're going to speak to athletics in the game.
Love that.
Right? And I'm speaking to a super high level athlete. Jackson, if you don't know, has a big background in baseball as well as golf. What other sports?
I did a little bit of basketball, football when I was younger, but baseball, main thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Underwater basket weaving. You just checked all the boxes,
bowling,
bro.
bowling.
Yeah, my background is in there as well. Like when I was younger, much younger, basketball, football, baseball, golf. So just a couple of jocks here, bro. Couple of jocks. So what's nice is like if you have like kind of a half a grain of frickin' athletic DNA in your body, this stuff will resonate really well with you just because it does feel good to move well. Okay, and before we get too deep into this today, I want to make sure that whoever's watching this, you're watching stuff that will help like organize all this in your mind. And there's a couple of different associations, people, whatever you want to call it, that have been really instrumental to us as coaches to better understand this idea of athleticism. Luke Brackey helped point me in the direction of a company organization called GOATA. If you watched a bunch of our videos, we talk about GOATA quite often. GOATA stands for Greatest of All Time Athletes. And what's funny, I think it's super comical anyways, is that anybody that doesn't move in a GOATA type of a mapping, they'll call those individuals or those athletes WOTAs, which is so funny. So who they're throwing in there, by the way, is like LeBron James, Zion Williams, which are, I'm sorry, they're great athletes, right? But the issue is, and what GOATA really has studied a ton, and where GOATA arose from, is just health of movement. And so when they're studying these different demographics of folks and people, they're taking a look at these folks that move in similar ways. And what they found is it just very much limits or eliminates their chance of getting injured based on their movement. Now, right, exactly. And so we're fortunate enough, like our golf psychos that come in and work with us, either playing professionals or our junior academy, folks that fly in to come work with you or myself, they'll come in and I'll get these funny texts. They're like, dude, coach, you'd be so happy. You'd be so proud of me. I hit 267 7 irons today. This is the craziest, coolest thing. So when we have like the fortune of working with these kinds of folks, it would be a big, massive disservice for us to impart movement patterns that if you rep it a ton is going to move the needle in your favor of getting injured. Problems.
Don't like that.
Okay. So what we're going to really tie in today is GOATA. We might talk a little bit to an individual named David Weck, who came up with a ton of rope exercises as well. Really like helps you with an understanding of the rib cage and how it moves in space. Blah blah blah. So pardon me if you know me at all. I'm a squirrel and I'll be all over the place today. But hopefully these ideas, these concepts, as Jackson and I are painting in here and trying to give you a good understanding of the landscape of athletics in the game, hopefully it makes some sense here. So without further ado,
Let's get into it.
let's dive into the mother flipper. All right, so what we're gonna start with, let's start from the feet and then we'll migrate our way up.
Sweet.
Now what's really cool, Jackson, don't even think and just walk towards the camera. Start all the way back here, don't even think, I'll hold this, you just walk like you're walking down the friggin'. Jackson walks like a boss. He makes me so happy and he makes me so jealous because he walks and moves so well.
You've made me aware of it.
Yeah, and Luke and all of us, right? So biggest thing, like when Jackson's walking, take one step towards the camera there for me. Very nice. So when you look at Jackson right now, the pressure, number one, when he's walking in his gait pattern, narrow columns. So it almost looks like he's tight roping, like he's not walking into the gym freaking big old wide body, right? And when you do that, it makes it much easier for the pressure to be on your outer edge or the outstep of your foot, not on the instep. You'll also see how this foot, he's got outer edge, his last 3 toes, metatarsals are all, that's where the pressure is, right? So we're not on the big toe.
Nope.
You on the big toe here?
Nope.
No. Outer 3. Outer 3. You'll also see this heel is thrown away from Jackson's midline. It didn't spin into him. Show a WOTA pattern with the heel.
Be like
there you go. So see how this spins in, and immediately where's that pressure in your foot?
Inside, big toe.
Inside. Okay. So GOATA, we'll talk often about, and they have this is also part of the fun with GOATA. Instead of like all this anatomical stuff that we sometimes talk about, which is difficult.
It's cool, but it can be heavy.
It can be heavy. Yeah. And sometimes it's like, okay, there's some big study that needs to go along with this. A lot of, all of GOATA's, what's that called? GOATA's, it's not an acronym. Is it an acronym? So they'll go IABH, inside ankle bone high. Anyways, blank, golf coach, don't mind me.
brain fart.
Brain fart. IABH stands for inside ankle bone. So we got inside ankle bone, we got outside ankle bone. If the inside ankle bone is high, where's my pressure?
Outside.
Outside. Okay. Now inside ankle bone, if we do want to study this, like this action right here is a supination action in the foot. So here we go with the anatomical. Okay, but supination really quickly is just inversion. This is eversion of the foot. Inversion of the foot, so the arch of the foot almost climbs up the inseam. Okay, so see how that move, inversion, keeps the inside ankle bone high. And then if I throw internal rotation of the femur, that's going to spin the heel away, which is another GOATA term. HAAD, heels away all day. IABH, inside ankle bone high. Okay, so when you're hitting balls, and what we'll do like up here is we'll show you either ourselves making swings or some of our favorite athletes or PGA Tour players that have some of these qualities that we prefer when we're looking at movement. But if we're looking at the feet, number one piece is, hey, can the athlete actually have, even in setup, inside ankle bones high, not inside ankle bones low? And just the eye test of this, which one looks more athletic? This guy or this cat? Pretty easy to see. And then when we're looking at just general movement here, okay, when I'm moving, can I keep these inside ankle bones high so I'm not crashing and I'm not crashing? This is part of the reason why we don't prefer banking, right? Now you can, it's okay. If you prefer to do that, ignore this video and go move and watch another one. It's completely fine. We're speaking directly to our preferences and movement, but a lot of the reason that we have these preferences, again, is the health of movement and preserving your body, so as you're going golf psycho mode, playing a ton of golf, repping, working on your game, you don't injure yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, so along with that, let's actually do this. Jackson, go ahead and hit us one here. This is rep 1 of the day, so I'm just throwing you right in.
We're gonna keep it kind of pitchy here.
Yep, so let's just throw a pitchy one. Okay, and what I'd love to see, go ahead and just hit one here, but the whole focus is just IABH, inside ankle bones high. So when Jay does that, and one thing that I'd love to see even there, Jay, how you kind of work on into that instep. And so when you're working on this at home, these are super pitchy ones. Like that was fairly pitchy. But we don't care about where the golf club's moving. We don't care about the rib cage. Who cares? The only quality, can you stay on the outer edge? So if you've got inside ankle bone high, a pretty easy way to do this is just a sense like, okay, I have the pressure here, right, on the outside. I've got the pressure here on the outside. Can you just keep the pressure on the outer edge of the foot as you're hitting it? That's a little different. Totally different foot action there.
So different.
Yep,
It's just
absolutely.
stable as a mother trucker.
And big thing, let's hit one more like that.
Okay.
Stable as a mother trucker. Excellent. And you'll see like Jackson's throwing a ton here. Do one for us again. That's like super duper chilled out, like it doesn't do nearly as much. If anything, it's almost like a hint, like it's hard for me to even tell, Jay. Just show me that. Very cool. So now it's like toned down. What Jay just did is super cool because you're exploring the space.
Yeah. How much? I went freaking full bore right away. Yeah.
Jackson's also hilarious because the range of motion that this homie has is just ridiculous. Like
It's
I'm
not
like,
as good as you think, I promise.
yeah, homie can move, man. Gumby mode over here. So, but it's super important. Like, and again, if you've taken a ton of golf lessons, if you've watched YouTube, if you've scrolled on Instagram, our game has this tendency, for whatever reason, to handcuff folks, right? Like the club needs to be at delivery at 43 degrees, not 42, not 41, 43, right? And we just get into this point where we're just like clunking through space and just trying to hit positions. Exactly, and there's no such thing as positions. We move in and out of space. This needs to be dynamic. That's why I love this GOATA outlook, because all we're sensing is like when I'm moving, i.e. dynamic, I'm moving in space, then can I throw some of these qualities in? Like all Jay's taught, like are you thinking about anything else other than just outer edge?
No, just outer edge. That's it.
Outer edge. Okay, now let's make, and let's do this from face on. We won't hit a golf ball because that nice like TV screen over there, we don't want to put a hole through.
Amazon TVs.
So show us one, and you just kind of make this dynamic, Jay, where you're just kind of swinging it back and forth, but every single rep, throw the heel away and away and away. Okay, now that's a ton. Go ahead and set up again for us, just neutral. And then throw some that are just like, they just kind of kiss. Each heel just barely floats away. Okay, and the lead one can kind of float away. There we go. So as Jay's moving like this, what he's feeling, obviously again, we're dynamic, but we're throwing heels away from Jay's midline. Okay, so show us one that's like inappropriate here, where the heels would be thrown towards midline.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so even there, it's just
hard to do.
Exactly.
Doesn't feel right.
Yep. So when Jay's doing that, hop out of there real quick. I'll show it because I can do this real easy.
Yeah,
Okay. So you'll see this a lot. Like, and this is again preferences. Okay, but I think there's a misinterpretation from like the Sam Snead drill where he's got a basket in here and he's trying to drop it.
Yep.
What folks will do is they'll throw dual femur external rotation. Okay, so external rotation, what that does, look at where my heel's gonna migrate. Look at where my heel's gonna migrate. See how the heel comes into this space. Okay, so instead of that, if I'm in here, see how now the heels, they just can slightly migrate away, boom, 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 boom. They're never migrating in. Okay, I'm not spinning it in this space at all. Okay, so you were doing this already before, but we'll just change the outlook slightly from IABH, inside ankle bone high, to HAAD, heels away all day.
Okay.
So let's hit us one like that. And again, from my optics, as just an observer,
Just subtle.
I just want to like, I can barely see that lead heel kiss and then the trail heel kiss. Just a teeny bit. Excellent. Okay, so why this is important, so we hear about this all the time, right? Somebody will come in, I just early extend, they hate the early extension, I hate early extension, I want to get rid of my early extension, it's the bane of my existence. The majority of the time, when we're working with somebody in regard to their, again, big important term here, early extension, everybody needs to extend.
Yep.
You need to extend. We're not saying extension is a bad thing. Extension just should happen, in our mapping, what we prefer, at the appropriate time from the appropriate active move, which we'll get into. Okay, but most of the time what happens is people know what they want to do in the pelvis, and then they'll say, I can't do that, which is BS. You can absolutely do it.
Yes.
Their feet are what screw it all up. So I know I want to stay dropped, I want to rotate in here, blah, blah, blah. But what their unconscious mapping is that foot moves onto the instep here. So again, eversion, my arch, I'm getting slammed to the floor. It's not my foot that's actively doing that though, it's the femur. When this femur adducts, so adduction is just this move here, this is arm adduction. Femur adduction looks like this. See how my knee migrates in here? So now I got a problem. So the femur adducting, what's really happening is it's right in this joint complex right in here in the hip. So what does adduction of the femur immediately affect here?
Pelvis.
Exactly. So now my pelvis slides or migrates towards the target. Okay, so if I do too much of that,
Doesn't even feel good.
doesn't even feel good.
No. Knee doesn't feel
Exactly.
good. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, for us as golfers, we're gonna friggin' rotate whether you mean to or not. You're going to rotate. Like I've never coached somebody that does this at finish. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna turn something to move that way and rotate. But if I shove this in here and start to rotate my pelvis, now I am rotating my pelvis in extension. Notice how from down the line here, if I go adduction and I'm rotating, see how my pelvis has rotated. My belt buckle's pointing more towards the target here. But what that did, see how now my femur and my trunk line are like one. I look like a doggone beanpole right here. Okay? So part of what allows, like from booty view here, let's say if I'm Marion Jones, GOATA athlete.
GOATA.
Okay, if I'm Marion Jones on the block and I want to motor forward here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to internally rotate the femur and I'm pushing off of the outer the outer edge here. When I do that, watch where my right booty cheek migrates here. See where my sacrum moves? See where the pelvis moves? My pelvis moved this way. Where did my rib cage move?
Other way.
There we go. Okay, so this is a bow and corner from GOATA. If I'm in here and I drop in here, this is a bow. Now if I go internal rotation, outer edge, boom, this is a corner, this shape right in here. See how this entire outer edge for me is cornered out. So all of this outer edge, this is the IT band in all human beings. Okay, what we're doing is this outer edge takes the brunt of a lot of the pressure in the movement in the legs. Well, if I do that effectively, where does my pelvis migrate to? So my center of mass of my pelvis actually moves towards my right side and my rib cage moves towards my lead side. Bow and corner. It also leads to GOATA turn, nose over toes. See, I've moved over here. So this goes into golf as well, right? Like if I go out to the driving range here at Lone Tree right now and I pick out 5 people and I go ahead and set up and make a swing and move your pressure or move your weight to your left side. What do? They shove the doggone pelvis
Shove
there.
your pelvis over.
And I don't even know why it's that way, right? Like everybody, okay, got it. So immediate adduction, immediate eversion, inside ankle bone, low, blah, blah, blah.
Low
so that
point,
would
jacked, freaking everything.
Exactly, low point gets jacked, blah, 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 blah. So we're super whacked out. Okay, so that would be like me getting ready to run right towards the camera and I spin this external and push off. See my shape? So which one looks more athlete mode, this guy or this guy? It's just an eye test as well. What we're trying to do is just explain the eye test. Okay, so when we're looking at this, and this is where, like for most folks, as soon as I talk to them about sacrum move or the pelvis, they can migrate the pelvis there, but this becomes like a block. I'll move my pelvis, but then I have all my weight over here. Yeah.
Shift it with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So notice when Jay does that, do that again. Boom. See where his rib cage went. Where's your pressure in your feet right now?
Freaking
so you got
here.
more, yeah. And which foot has more pressure on it?
This guy.
Exactly. And what percentage would you say? Ish.
Probably 75.
ish.
Yeah,
Ish.
somewhere in
So it's
there.
not a hundo.
No, I'm not.
Right?
freaking-
Which is also unathletic.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not like over here with pelvis and ribs.
Because I want to hang on here. I gotta
Exactly. Exactly. So, Jay, let's do this. Go ahead and show booty view. And throw the club down for a second. Okay. And if you're, let's go this way with the left foot forward. Okay. So if we just go a little bit of pressure here, boom. Okay, pressure in the femur and the outer edge. There you go. See how this pelvis gets in here? Jay's right booty cheek here is over more of his right side. If you do that again, this blue belt loop right here, if you watch where it migrates, there you go. And his pelvis, go back to neutral, will actually move more that way right there. See how his right booty cheek now is much higher than the left. This is just gait pattern or rutting pattern. What does that move produce in his spine? Now I have right lateral bend, but his chest is over his left side. Nose over toes. They're saying nose because most of this is based on where your chest goes, so there goes your dome piece. It migrates as well.
Instead of keep your head still, let your head move.
Exactly.
The amount of times I say that during a lesson is insane.
Your head should move. You will not find one player on tour, not one, that keeps their head still. You'll have guys that will talk about that as their intention, which in my opinion is friggin', that is not the correct intention. Like if your spine's moving at all, which it should move because we're vertebrates, and if you move it well, then you'll have this like super safe way of movement, and you'll be just fine. Okay, so when we're migrating up, right, up into the pelvis now, from the feet through the legs, which we talked about with the bows and corners. Now if we're looking at the pelvis, and you watch good movers as they walk, look at where the sacrum moves. See how it like bumps from one side to the next? It's like bump, bump. Like this big booty Judy look. Boom, boom, boom. Look at it swim.
Look.
That's DJ look. So if I'm doing that with my pelvis, what you'll see is the pelvis's move. If I'm in here like now, we correlate this to golf swing. So if I go here, so I go outer edge, heel away all day, look at the pelvis's shape. So where does my L spine go? It gets shoved over here and it's rotary. So now I'm rotating the pelvis in flexion. So I'm in here, but look at where this L spine goes or where the sacrum moves. See how that shoves the rib cage forward into my lead side. And if I know how to motor the ribs, which we'll talk about here in a sec, I got the whole doggone map, and now it's like, oh, there's the picture of how we move in golf, right? From the floor up. Okay, so finally, I'll be back, I promise. Med ball. Okay, hold that sucker right in front of you. Okay, piece to throw out here, go ahead and get in here. Just show, down the line view. Show back chain dominance. So what back chain dominance is, again, GOATA term. Rib cage, Jackson's center of mass of his rib cage is in front of his center of mass of pelvis, which every single player on earth presents that way at setup. Okay?
We just lose it.
It's how fast do we lose it, and that's again the early extension. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back towards the camera and face. Now, spiral the med ball. Good. So let's just do this with no booty moves. So go ahead and set up again. Okay. So we'll be right here, Jay. So we're just going to go boom, 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 right in there. There we go. So as Jay's doing this, what you'll notice is if he's in here with the elbows, look at where the elbows migrate. Also notice where nose goes. Nose goes. Nose over toes. Nose over toes. So when you're watching this, Jay's in right lateral bend right now, but his center of mass of his ribs went forward towards left side. And then if he goes over here, lead lateral bend, center of mass of his ribs went to his right side. Inappropriate movement, if we go in here, this is inappropriate movement this way. So now he's in right lateral bend, but his center of mass of his ribs went towards his right side. Okay, now go to the other side inappropriately. Exactly. So what we'd have is like this look where I'm just teetering here. So I'm still having right lateral or left lateral. This happens in the golf swing because of inappropriate feet, inappropriate pelvis. Now I'm up here. I have to take the rib cage, rotate it counter to the pelvis, and right lateral bend to slot the club. Now I'm in trouble.
Early extension.
Early extension. Okay? But if I'm in here and I go booty, outer edge, heel away, So the pelvis goes. What can I do with the ball? Whoosh, we can spiral. So we call this is spiraling the rib cage. Notice as Jay and I are going forward, our center of mass of the ribs goes forward, we get into right lateral bend. Where's your pressure in your feet now, homie?
Outside.
That's how you get pressure left, man. That's G'd up from the feet up, son. Boom. Beautiful look. Beautiful look. So let's put all this stuff into action because we talked about friggin' everything. Okay? We're all the way up in here.
Great. On that. So when we're talking spiraling the rib cage then, because there's a couple places that we could do it from.
As far as like laterals?
As far as laterals, which I see a lot of us, I know I've done this wrong in the past where I feel like, because I'm so mobile, I can get like my L spine way over here and it feels like I'm doing it.
Getting pressure there?
Where in rib cage should I feel that?
Yep, exactly. So right there when Jay's doing that, do that again, what you just showed. Okay, this is where Jay gets his pelvis and his rib cage migrating forward too much. Now we're overloaded here. And this bend leaks down into L spine. So how our spine is made, I mean, almost everybody's seen like what the spine looks like that's watching this. You got these big vertebrae at the base. L5 is humongous. C1 is teeny tiny, right? So it's like it looks like a friggin' aspen tree. Now when you watch aspen trees, when the wind's blowing, the base doesn't move hardly at all. It's there for support. And up here, this all can go. Right? And we don't go, ooh, that's unhealthy. It's when the wind blows too much and now it gets into the base, now we get unhealthy, everything splinters. It's just maybe a silly analogy, but that's exactly how our spine is built as well. So what's great here, Jay, like go ahead and go booty view again. Show us backswing in golf. Okay. Now show us proper outer edge, heel away, pelvis and ribs, the whole map. Boom, baby. So if you're there, here it's super easy to see. Here's Jackson's belt line. This is also relative to what his pelvis line is going to look at. From right here all the way up to here, straight. Now look at the line, the angle, for lack of a better term, the tilt of this, and then his bends are in here. This also, we've talked about this in numerous other videos. You can check these out, so I won't go too deep into this, but Jackson's scap, his trail scap is depressed. His lead scap is slightly elevated. Okay, so when that happens with the scaps, what we're going to get is some side bend in here. So most of the side bend is at the base, begins at the base of his scaps and then migrates up through his mid back or upper back up into his C-spine. This is where we want the bend. This is safe. Unhealthy back here. So go ahead and swing it to the top. And then if we show unhealthy movement here, so the pelvis is there and rotated, bang. Now you can see easy, and you'll feel it here too, Jay, where the majority of the pivot of the spine is right in here. So now this takes the brunt of it, migrates up in here as well. Unhealthy because we've got lateral bend, lateral flexion, side bend down in the L spine. No feel good. No. Anti-athlete. Okay.
No, I don't like that.
So yeah, no thank you.
No.
So when you're looking at this, like how I would suggest that we do this, and we'll do this right now, Jay. Go ahead and throw that ball down anywhere and then grab your club again. And then I'll just throw out a command, and just that's the only thing that you're going to think about is that particular action. So let's start with the feet and we'll migrate up. IABH. Can be super chippy. Great. Let's hit one more. IABH, inside ankle bone high in both feet. Beautiful. Okay. Now, and again, let's show this subtle. Show me heel away all day. Beautiful. Okay, now that's not quite as subtle as we're looking for. And show it in both feet, like the lead foot lands with heel away, the trail foot gets thrown heel away in the forward swing. Back swing, lead heel, forward swing, trail heel. Beautiful. Okay, now let's go. Like I want you to sense this in the entire right leg here because of the pelvis. So if I move the pelvis over here, already that's going to help IABH and heel away, but we'll keep this corner look because of that shape in the through swing. Okay. So how does that pelvis, how does the sacrum move? There we go. So we're away, and then how does that whole right side? Beautiful. And what's cool, Jackson's done this a ton. Obviously, we talk about this stuff as an academy and as coaches a ton. What he did really well there, because you still support, you got the low point, right?
Yep.
And you brought up low point just a little bit ago. There's 2 different ways to control your low point. This is where pressure moves in the swing. You can either elect to shove the pelvis forward towards the target, and this can be the big dictator of low point for you. So you can still control low point to a certain degree. You can get it far enough up there, but it's not a ton. You're going to have these like AOAs that are pretty flat for the most part, unless you do something drastic with the arms to make up for that.
Scotty.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Which clearly not our preference of moving, which is ironic. It shows you that you can be great.
Well.
Yeah, he's the best ball striker in today's age, probably over the last decade. So that shows that there's a number of different ways to swing and be effective in the game. It's just how you match all that stuff up. But again, we go back to just the health of movement. It scares me because like he's KT taped up over the Masters a couple years ago. Last year's playoffs, he's grabbing lower back in the last 3 events. I'm just like, gosh, because we love watching him play. He's super dynamic, right? As far as like a player, you love to see him at the top of the leaderboard. So, but getting back to low point, what else can manage low point for us? The rib cage, exactly. So, and the purpose of moving the pelvis in this direction, as we're discussing here, is so it'll throw my spine and my rib cage forward. It's not super easy to tell, where's my intention of hit?
It's freaking out in front of the golf ball.
Way the hell up here, right? If I do this, it's pretty easy to see that like, okay, my intention of hit is here unless I do something to make up for that with the arms, which just clutters up a system. Okay, so let's have one here where, and I need people to do this better, because every time I talk about the pelvis, they screw up their low point because the ribs go with it. That is not how this works. They work in opposition. So how you see that is so important, because you've got to see that the reason that we're moving the pelvis and the feet in this way is so I can get this forward and control low point.
I think that's the key bit, is everything moves in opposition. I mean, when we're walking, I mean, I'm not going, gosh, I talk to kids all the time.
Fun,
Like,
I know.
I can't do it. But some of our kids do it too, where I want them to walk and turn their chest into their like lead leg or whatever leg is forward. And they go, God, I can't.
Yeah.
They go this way.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't walk like that.
Yeah, right. So, and again, you just see that. You get that guy coming into the gym trying to join your basketball your team. You're like, dude, homie, no, man. Like, you can ride the bench for a long time.
Yeah, you can go in when I'm
not
hitting threes anymore.
Right, exactly. So let's hit one here where the majority of the outlook is your trunk's movement.
Okay.
Your trunk's shape is going to be completely dictated by the marriage of the pelvis and the rib cage. And let's show one to start with that's a little bit overdone.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to over-season this steak a little bit just to experience.
Okay.
But show me that trunk shape. Okay, exactly. Now, let's do it the proper amount.
Okay.
And so you'll feel the spiraling of that medicine ball along with that pelvis. Cool. Even dial that down just a little bit. That's almost like,
Come on,
I can
Riley.
definitely
I can go
taste that.
all sides of the spectrum.
I know. Jackson's like, we joke often with students. We'll go, we either coach like boulders or Play-Doh. Like boulders, I got to like a tomahawk kick to make them move just a little bit, right? And they're like, I'm moving so crazy. And it's like, no, here you go. And then other guys are like, here's a little taste, and they just run with it. Play-Doh. So show me the proper amount, just the proper amount of seasoning. Let's have this taste right. Excellent. That looks great. And again, like what's cool is you watch this, like if you take a look at that swing, there's something about it without even all the BS of like what we're talking about with IBH and da-da-da-da-da. You just look at it and you go, eye test. Looks good. It looks right. It looks right. Okay, so what we would really encourage you to do is just play with these ideas, play with these terms, mess with them. I mean, even starting off, just going, okay, how would I go? And it's not, again, we're not cheating because this is external, but how would I get that outer edge here? How would I get the heel away? This is a pretty simple movement, really. Like, that's not rocket science. It's like, okay, so I can do that. Can I drip that into the right foot in my golf swing and just hit one? And again, if they all don't match up, let's say that I do this really well and I frickin' have horrible lateral bend, I'll probably just stuff it in the ground back here. So don't penalize yourself for hitting bad shots. If you're focusing on a movement and you execute on that movement, no matter what happens to the shot, that should be a reward. Not a, oh, I screwed it up, there's a penalty, that was horrible because I mishit it. It takes time to drip all these things, all these different items in. So it becomes clear that it's just one movement. It's a shape of movement, which is what we're looking for at the end of the day. And you can go play golf through that shape. So
I encourage you to also just, like, I do this all the time now. As I'm watching football highlights and stuff, and John Elway came up the other day. I'm like, his feet are freaking dope. He's freaking
dope.
running all like this. And
Yep.
I mean, why the hell do you think he has such a cannon?
there you go. Exactly.
Taking slack out really well. And,
loads up tissue lines like a G. Plus, we like him. We're Denver Bronco fans for sure. So pray with us as well that the Broncos have a great year this year. We need that. We need that. It'll uplift Denver. We need that. Let's
money
go.
on them, so already.
Let's go. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this and tuning in. You have any questions on this stuff, absolutely comment below, and definitely make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We're pumping these out as often as we possibly can so we can help you with your golf game and hit some thumpies, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. See you guys soon. God bless.
Peace.